So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Jacobs. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
1st down. Here's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Burrow. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Jacobs. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. One more time with Jacobs. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5. And he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
7, Raiders 0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Love now to pass on first down. Flushed out right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Here's Love.
Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Off the play fake, Love. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
Now a quick throw out wide to Ruggs.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Bengals 15-yard line.
Play fake. Here's Love. Rolling to his right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
The tally there, -8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well.
The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Counter play with Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And that is incomplete.
This is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They are coming off the game last week, which was a very interesting game in Charles. Ultimately, it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year, you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
The Ruggs throw there complete to Ruggs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's brought down at the 31. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. And
he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Raiders 3. Evan McPherson.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play action this time with Love. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love, they go play action now.
And he'll find Ruggs on the right side.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Now a second down and 6.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On play action, Love to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you knew everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. For the touchdown.
Drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Burrow.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the field with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of the half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mixon will try the right side. Mixon with a first down and more. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Bengals drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They fights him off. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. First down, Love to pass. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Love looking to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
3 yards remain for second down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Running it with Jacobs. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And now off to the races down the right side. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Drive about to get going, and following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this ride.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised him and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And a look at the next-gen stats reveals that sack occurred in all of 2.3 seconds. And you think you want to be an NFL quarterback? Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
42-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Love now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area, and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Oh, wide open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it
for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Again, it's Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Raiders are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
Bengals drive about to get going.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
Gets around him, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
They're on 15-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jonathan Hankins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd down, Jacobs. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Now Burrow loses the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?